What's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. Last night was a good one. Let's keep it rolling. I got 9 picks in this one with over-unders included. This is a crazy episode. That's why I'm dressed up so nicely. So let's get right into it.
Welcome to The Source. Hey, get the source. The source. The source. Hey, get the source.
First game up, Pistons versus Nets in Detroit. And this line opened with Detroit getting 5.5 points at home. So an early home dog here. First game, home dog. You know, I like those. Early bets were on the Pistons, but sharp money's all over Brooklyn here. Later in the afternoon, some Pistons money would come in, but not much. I think it's still 72% of the money on Brooklyn. Consensus line still Detroit plus 5.5. Quick look at the spreadsheet, and according to the analytics, the Pistons should be favored by 3 points here. So the sheet's telling me to bet the Pistons. New sheet tells us the total's gonna be 210.6. The over-under for this game is currently set at 219.5. So the sheet's telling me to bet the under. That's too close to call though, so I'm not gonna bet that total. Obviously, I need to hear an update on James Harden, but I'm betting Detroit either way. I'm comfortable getting 5.5 points, even if Harden plays. I like the Pistons, especially when they're underdogs. Give me Detroit plus 5.5. Let's lock it in for 1 unit. Anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up is Raptors versus Suns in Tampa. Line open Toronto plus 4.5. Early bets on the Suns, early money all over the Suns. But from there, there's a huge flip in the money. We're looking at 82% of the money on the Raptors now, which is complete opposite of what it was earlier this morning. Consensus line reacts. The books react. Consensus line drops from 4.5 down to 4. Spreadsheets saying this one should be a pick'em, minus 0.06. Spreadsheets tell me to bet Toronto here getting 4.5. Second spreadsheet has a total of 226. Over-under is currently set at 224. So the sheet's telling us to bet the over, but I mean, that's way too close. I'm not betting the total in that game. Am I going to follow the first sheet and bet the Raptors here? Nope. I'm taking the Suns. I'm not crazy about it. In fact, if this was 5.5 or higher, I'd probably say stay away from this game. But at 4, I'm comfortable taking the Suns. So give me Phoenix minus 4. Let's lock it in for 1 unit. Anything changes, I'll tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up, Bucks, Celtics in Milwaukee. And this line open with the Bucks laying 6 points at home here. Now, all day was the same thing. The bets are on the Celtics. So the public is leaning towards the Celtics. But the money is all over the Bucks. So public likes the Celtics, sharps like the Bucks. That's what we're looking at for this one. Consensus line has not moved at all. Quick look at the analytics. The spreadsheet says the Bucks should be favored by 10 points here. So the sheet's telling me to bet the Bucks. Second sheet has the total at 251 in this game, and the books have it at 233. So this is my first total I'm gonna bet based on the sheet. I will be betting 1 unit on over 233 in this game. And for the point spread, I'm taking the Bucks here. I know the Celtics just covered, but the Bucks were up double digits most of that game, and then the Celtics came back to cover at the end. I think that exact same thing will happen, except the Celtics won't come back. I like the Bucks to win by double digits here. Give me Milwaukee minus 6. Let's lock it in for 1 unit. Anything changes, I'll tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up, Magic versus Blazers in Portland. This line open Orlando plus 11.5 here. Early bets were about even, but sharp money was on the Blazers here. Check this out though. In the late morning, both the bets and the money flip towards Orlando, and the books react. The consensus line drops from 11.5 down to Orlando plus 11.
Quick update here. So Dame Lillard is not playing, and now line is dropped all the way down to Orlando plus 9. So no Dame Lillard, Orlando plus 9.
So the spreadsheet says Orlando should be favored by 7, but we're going to have to scrap the analytics on this one because obviously we're looking at a completely different Magic team. There's no Aaron Gordon, Vucevic, Fournier, Al Farouk Amino. I think there might even be a 5th one that's gone, but we're looking at a completely different team. So let's scrap this sheet. We're also going to scrap the second sheet with the total too. It doesn't tell us anything. We're dealing with a different team. I have to play the Blazers here. That Magic lineup is crazy looking. Go Google Magic starting lineup tonight, right now. It's crazy looking. Who knows what this game's going to look like? I feel more comfortable with my money on the Blazers. So give me Portland minus 11. Let's lock it in for 1 unit. Anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up is Pelicans versus Nuggets in New Orleans. And this line opened with New Orleans getting 2 points at home. So we got another home dog here. Check this out. All day, or all morning, I should say, both bets and money heavy on the Nuggets here. And the books react. The consensus line moves from New Orleans plus 2 to the Pelicans plus 2.5, which is what we're looking at now. According to the analytics, this spreadsheet is telling us that the Pelicans should be favored by 7 points in this game, and that just shows you how bad the Nuggets have been. So obviously, the sheet is telling me to bet New Orleans. Second sheet's telling us there's going to be 242 points scored in this game. Current total is set at 232, and I will be following the sheet on this one. I'm going to bet the over, so let me put 1 unit on over 232 points in this game. No doubt about it, this is my pick of the day. I will be taking the Pelicans at home here. Pelicans have looked good. They just beat Denver in Denver. Like, what was that, 5 days ago, 4 days ago? Now they're at home. I could see this one being a blowout, seriously. So give me New Orleans plus 2.5. Let's lock it in for let's say 1.5 units, because it's the pick of the day. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up is Hornets versus Heat in Charlotte, and this line opens Charlotte plus 1.5. So another home dog, even though it's only 1.5. Early bets were even, and the sharp money as of 9 a.m. was in on the Heat. We got another game where the money does a complete flip, because as of noon, we're looking at 88% of the money on the Hornets. So again, the early sharp money is one way in the morning, and then a few hours later, it's complete other way. Obviously, the books to react to this, the consensus line drops from Charlotte plus 1.5 to Charlotte plus 1. Quick look at the analytics. The spreadsheet says Charlotte should be favored by 4 points here. So the sheet is telling me to bet the Hornets. Second sheet for the total is saying 211 and change. That's how many points they're going to score in this game. Current total is set at 214. Way too close to call, so I will be staying away from the total on this one. I had the Hornets written down as my pick all day, and seriously, in the last 10 minutes before I'm recording this, I'm switching to the Heat. Oladipo's not playing tonight. Kelly Olynyk's gone. They also traded a guard. I can't think of his name. He plays good defense and he can shoot. But he's gone. Jimmy Butler may not play, but Tyler Hero all of a sudden has found his shot. The Hornets don't have LaMelo Ball, and that magic that the Hornets were playing with, it's gone without him. They're just not as good of a team without Ball. So I'm going to take the Heat here. So give me Miami -1. Let's lock it in for 1 unit. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up, Mavericks, Pacers in Dallas. And this line opened Dallas laying 4.5 points at home.
No need to even go through this game because Luka is now doubtful. And without him, the line's down to 1 now. And I'm going to take Indiana. They should win this game with the Mavericks without Doncic. I mean, I don't know what that team even looks like without him. So give me Indiana +1. Let's lock it in for 1 unit. If anything changes, I'll tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game.
Next game up, Jazz versus Grizzlies in Utah. The line opened Utah laying 10 points to the Grizzlies, which is a lot of points to lay to a good team. Early bets and money both looking about even. The consensus line drops from 10 to 9.5 in this game, and I have no idea why, for real. A little bit of money came in on the Grizzlies, not much. I mean, I don't know if they're anticipating some Grizzlies money coming in. I really don't know. Couldn't find any updated injury reports, so I don't know. We're looking at Utah -9.5 for this game, though. Quick look at the analytics here. Spreadsheets tell me the game should be capped at Utah -8, and the line's at 9.5, so spreadsheets telling me to bet Memphis slightly, not by a huge margin. Second sheet saying there's going to be 226 points scored in this game, total set at 228. Way too close to call. I will not be betting the total there. I can't believe I'm fading the Grizzlies getting that many points. I've covered a lot with the Grizzlies over the past few weeks, but I just feel like the Jazz are going to get hot from 3.
Yo, so I originally had the Jazz, and I recorded myself picking the Jazz, but now a bunch of money's coming in on the Jazz, and I hate it. I'm fading it. Give me the Grizzlies, baby. They covered for me so many times this year. Rock it with Memphis. +9.5. Let's lock it in for 1 unit. If anything changes, Twitter and Instagram story. Next game.
Last game that I'm picking, Lakers versus Cavs in LA, and this line open, Lakers laying 4 points at home here. Some early sharp money in on the Lakers as of 9 a.m., 6 a.m. their time. Check this out, though. Some more suspicious line movement here. This is the second or third game this has happened to in just today. Just an 8% money shift towards the Cavs here. 8%, I think it's 29 to 37% of the money on the Cavs. And the consensus line drops from 4 to 3.5. It's kind of sketchy. If the consensus line drops, that usually means a lot of books dropped it. The consensus line is the average from all of the books. So if the consensus line drops to 3.5, that means a good amount of books drop their lines. Just based on 8% of money. Again, I'm not going to go crazy. Traps are hard in the NBA. In the NFL, we see a lot more traps, not in the NBA. I think the books like the Cleveland Cavs here. Analytics sheet says Lakers by 3.5. The spread we're looking at is Lakers minus 3.5. Tells us nothing. Scrap the sheet. Second sheet says 213 points scored in this game. Total set at 209. Way too close. Scrap it. I'm betting the Lakers here whether Colin Sexton plays or not. I think they'll win and cover easily. I actually like this pick despite the Lakers having so many injury issues. Give me the Lakers minus 3.5. It's locking in for 1 unit. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story. Now let's do the parlay of the day. Parlay of the day is just 2 dogs, 2-legger, Pistons money line, Pelicans money line for a total payout of plus 531. If you're building any parlays, I would include the Pelicans money line because you're getting really good value. They should be favored in that game. So that's it. 9 picks. I think I picked 2 or 3 totals. I'll have to go through. I have it written down in the other room. A lot of bets tonight. Friday night. Great night for NBA. Let's stay up. I've had a few bad days last weekend. Sucks, but we're doing this right now. We're doing this. Ride the wave. Thanks for watching The Source. I'll talk to you on Twitter.